Go to Media Arts, go to Classwork tab, scroll down till you see this trophy. The trophy means there's a rubric that needs to be completed. I have that in parentheses because this is red exclamation point. This is just going to count as a homework grade today. We're pretending that we're doing a full grade. Click on the Google Slide document, and the first slide is the rubric. Before we complete this, I want to do the other slides first. So I'm going to start with slide number 3, which is showing me my original photograph, my original sketch. I'm going to insert the drawing I did in Sharpie. I can go to Insert, Image Upload, and this is the pet sketch photograph that I was using. I can shrink it down just a little bit if I want. You don't need to get too fancy as long as I have all of your reference images. It just shows me all the steps you took to get here. Now on slide 2, after you have saved your document as a JPEG, this part you can do on the Mac if you want, but if you're able to save the JPEG in your Google Drive, you can do it from Drive. I can go back up to Insert, Image, from Computer. If you saved it to your Google Drive, you go to Drive and you'll find it there. Mine's still on my computer. So here's my JPEG file that I just saved. Open and place. Now this shows me my original photograph. Remember, I did the pen tool, the paintbrush tool, image tracing, drawing with shapes. I was able to get through all the tutorials. If you were not, that's okay. This is not going to count, but I'm going to show you how that's going to affect your grade in the future when we move forward. So the elements and principles, if I were to give this to you as an assignment, I want to see that you've tried all the tools, regardless of how it looks. It could have all that messy stuff that when you did the image trace, maybe you didn't get to finish it, but it shows me you at least tried and went through every tutorial. It shows me some effort. So if I did all the tutorials, I'm going to say I planned carefully several preliminary sketches. That was really the assignment, but it's showing me I did this sketch, I did this sketch. So I did at least a couple preliminary sketches. I know I didn't do a strong composition. This really isn't finished, but I'm going to give myself a 9.5 because I gave myself what I asked for. Creativity, originality. If this were a real project, I'd give myself a high grade because it's my own photograph, it's my own original drawing, and in the end, I did my own rendering, I did some manipulation. So I'm going to give myself a 10. If you found a picture from the internet, that's okay, but it's not an original image. It's not your own image. So maybe in that case, you might give yourself a 9 because you still did original sketches. Okay, so moving on to effort. I got through all 4 tutorials. I worked the entire period, so I'm going to give myself maybe, I'm not going to give myself a 10. I'm going to give myself a 9 just because I could have done some more. I got done early, so I could have played with the tutorial a little bit. Craftsmanship and skill, my work's not great, but I'm still learning. So I'm going to say there's no, I mean, you could say minor flaws present. I'm going to give myself an 8.5 because I think it's a little bit better than some flaws. And then mentoring others. This is really important. To give yourself a 10, were you helping someone next to you that might have been, you know, just had a question about how to open something, how to do something. If you're not helping the students near you, then give yourself a 9 because all of you were working maturely and doing a consistent work. I know there were a few of you playing video games, be honest. Maybe you weren't as consistent. Maybe you give yourself an 8. I don't think anyone did minimal work. I think you guys were all working. So finish the rubric and then go down to slide 4. What's one thing your teacher could have done to make this more successful? I already know my tutorials were not great. I had a student give me some amazing feedback. So I'm going to say, please show me how to find swatch and path, what are they called, menus. What's one thing you feel you struggled with the most? Figuring out how to curve the pen tool, you know, maybe. I don't know. I'm just giving some examples. What's one thing you feel you were the most successful with? Uploading and placing my sketch and creating layers. I don't know. I rocked on that. I totally understood the layers. I'm just going to move that so you can see. So you're going to give me your own feedback. This is just telling me how I can improve, which I know for this first tutorial, I definitely need to redo it for next year, but you guys were awesome. Okay, now my rubric is done. All of this is done. I'm going to just turn it in, and that's all you have to do. That's it.